Hello, Kehilat Darchei Tzion. We're Erev Shabbat, Parashat Bo, and I think we're all under the strong impression of the release of the hostages this week. Be'ezrat Hashem, we will have the zchut to see them all released and return home safely to their families and to Am Yisrael. And also, I think we're under the impression of the stories that we're starting to hear of what is going on and had been going on in captivity. And also, we hear the great courage, bravery, and importance that certain mitzvot had for some of the soldiers that were held captive, and to see how much effort they put into keeping different mitzvot. Something that, of course, halachically, they weren't obligated to do in the situation that they were in, and it was important enough for them to put this great effort into keeping these certain mitzvot. And this connects me to our parasha. In our parasha, in Parashat Bo, we read a pasuk about how Am Yisrael carried the dough of the matzot from Egypt. They carried the dough that was going to be matzahs, they carried them on their backs. Rashi points out they did not put it on their mules or on their donkeys. They had enough animals that could carry it, but they wanted the matzot on their back. And the explanation of Rashi in the name of Chazal is Mechabevim hayu et mitzvot. They really liked the mitzvot. They put a great effort into carrying the mitzvah with them, on them, because they had this great connection to the mitzvot. They liked the mitzvot. They didn't see the mitzvah just as an obligation that they had to fulfill and just, they'll put it on the donkey to carry, but they like it. They feel connected to the mitzvah. They're willing to put an extra effort to show how much this mitzvah is important to them. The mitzvah as an opportunity of connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as an identity of who we are. We're the Am Hashem, and we fulfill mitzvot, and to carry it with them even when it's not easy, even when it's not comfortable, in difficult situations. The Sfat Emet has another level to this Rashi. The Sfat Emet explains that the idea of carrying it on their backs is not only a literal meaning, they carry the dough on their backs, but rather it means that they liked the mitzvot. Their mitzvot left an effect on their personalities. They weren't the same person after the mitzvah as they were before the mitzvah. The mitzvah continued to be carried around with them. Wherever they went, the mitzvah was with them. They internalized it. It became part of who they actually were. And the Sfat Emet explains, how do you get to this level where you don't just fulfill a mitzvah, but you internalize a mitzvah? You do the mitzvah and it becomes part of who you are. So he explains, he gives us a great tip how to do that. He says, if you do the mitzvot berov ahava u'tshuka, if you fulfill the mitzvot with love and passion, so then the enlightenment of this mitzvah becomes part of your soul. It becomes part of who you are. So the idea of Bnei Israel, they start feeling the connection to Hashem through mitzvot, and they're so excited about it, and they do the mitzvot with such excitement and love and passion and devotion that it becomes part of who they are, it becomes part of their personalities. And when Am Yisrael feels so connected to mitzvot, they feel that the mitzvot are part of their identity, and they are part of their religious and personal experience, so it stays with them for generations to come until we hear the amazing stories that we got to hear this week. Shabbat Shalom, U'Sorot Tovot L'Kol Am Yisrael.